Yeah, you can start, Sunny.
Thank you, thank you. So, greetings of the day. Very, very good morning. I'm very happy that Lord, nature, universe chose me to talk on joyful living amidst adversity. So, let's be joyful. Let's just celebrate life with a beautiful smile on our face because that is a privilege given only to human beings. And smiling is joy, smiling is health, smiling is releasing happy hormones. I'm going to scare you with the last slide. There are so many who don't smile and they are given pills, 1500 mg, only to release happy hormones. So be careful and let's get set go. Okay. I may say you are beautiful, I may say you are wonderful, I may believe in you, but that doesn't matter at all. Why? Because what you believe matters the most. So, do you believe it is possible to live joyfully amidst adversity? Otherwise, I'll keep coming every day. Hey, yes, yes, it is possible. So, we should start believing. Believe in self, believe in nature, believe in God, believe in life. When I went out today, I felt so happy. I was feeling life is so beautiful. And I want to make everyone believe life is very beautiful. So that is why this is the second slide of mine. So, what is important is what I believe. You may believe, yes, life is great, but do I believe? That is the most important. So, it is possible. Think what you believe, live accordingly. And another beautiful thought I read yesterday, it said, is difficulty only a reflection of our inner state? Yes, those who are balanced, strong, equanimous, powerful, wise, spiritual, well read, great leaders, CEOs. How are they great? Because they maintain inner state, they grow inner resources. And those who are weak, those who don't work on themselves, those who don't train their minds, sometimes feel everything is difficult and they start blaming and complaining and giving excuses and they justify how being miserable is okay. Everybody is miserable, business is down. What do I do? My wife left me, my children don't listen to me. So the more I justify, I am not going to be happy. So don't justify your sorrow. So I like this. Which one are you? There are three stages here. I like all the three. We may be at one, two, or three. Doesn't matter. First one is learning, has started doing something. Second is conscious competence. Third is unconscious competence. Even in the sleep, you have the mastery. You are smiling. You know that world is beautiful. Everything is peaceful. No matter what happens, you are not miserable. So that is the magic once you come to stage number 3. Now, important question is, how do I train myself? What do I train myself on? What do I do to build my inner values, strengthen my character, strengthen my values? Because values may be there, but there are levels of conviction. Till the time sir is paying me, I'm happy. But if he doesn't, hey, my values shake. So I need to check what is the depth. It is just like our borewell water, 25 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet. How much deep do I go? That much water I get forever. Okay. So the point is simple: work on yourself every day. These books I have not read, these books I don't recommend. But while checking for pictures, I felt yes, great people have said, work on inner success, activate your inner code, check your default settings. When you were a baby, your default setting was smiling. But after that, you downloaded unnecessary apps. You got into greed and desire and ego and everything. Think. So let us get back to our default setting of smiling, happiness, peace. So let us see what is there ahead. Yes, these are 8 qualities given by a spiritual organization, that this is our true nature. This is there inside all of us. But do I realize? Do I accept? No, 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 I'm not peaceful. I'm always agitated. I need to believe that I have these 8 qualities. I need to believe, work on it, nurture it, sow seeds every day. Kiran ma'am says, don't enjoy the fruits, but sow seeds every day. Fruits will keep coming. So, what am I doing to realize, to strengthen the peace inside? Some pranayama, some meditation, or counting blessings, or being grateful. See, when I say thank you, Ratna Swami sir, thank you, all the participants, am I telling for you? No. I feel happy. I feel peaceful. I feel loved. So when we are grateful, we are not, for doing it for others. The first beneficiary is me. So now coming to the second one, love. It's simple and easy. Whenever you're sad, go love others. Whenever you're free, go love others. Whenever you're busy, love others. Why? Because when you're living selflessly, when you're helping, when you're contributing, you feel happy. I don't love someone for others. I love someone for my own khujli, because I want to love. I want to help. It isn't me. I will not expect anything in return. Because love is one way traffic. Love is giving. So when we give, when we become givers, we become gainers. When we are givers, we are truly happy. Otherwise, love is not exchange, petty barter, attachment. You don't love me. This is not love. So let us understand the true essence. And love is always between you and God. God loves you unconditionally. Whether you believe in God or not, the sun rises. Whether you put water to sun or not, it gives you rays every day, 7 days. So that is love. And human beings only exchange, barter. Third, happiness. Happiness is a choice, happiness is homemade, happiness is created. Happiness is a full time job. You operate out of happiness, you don't work for happiness. You know, when I get 1 crore, I'll be happy. When I have 2 kids, I'll be happy. When my kid gets first mark, I'll be happy. When my kid gets married, I'll be happy. All these conditions are not going to last. Okay, kid gets married, then what? Then you have to manage mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, side-in-law, all in-laws. You're not happy. So think, where are you headed? Is happiness conditional or unconditional? Is happiness finite or infinite? Is happiness eternal or happiness temporary? Pleasures are temporary, right? Dependent happiness on articles, beings, and circumstances. ABC comes and goes, and it plays with your mind. It weakens you. So, what is happiness? That is an inner state. When you are breathing, you are happy. When you don't want anything, you're happy. When you know that it is a passing show, everything is changeable, then you start developing equanimity, a state of happiness in all situations. Think. Next, knowledge. Are you increasing your knowledge every day? So attend these sessions. Whose face you like, which topic you like. Do something and read something. I recently learned to put subtitles in the video. It is joy. So knowledge of any kind which is useful to yourself and to the world, to help others, and the highest knowledge about your mind, soul, will give you happiness. And you can't be a weakling, so be powerful. Power is within you. How are some people strong? Because they have realized they have power, they are competent, they are confident. You can't live in doubt, right? Will I be able to deliver this speech? Will I be able to do this? Will I be able to do that? Doubt is poison. So keep making mistakes, but keep walking forward. So that's power. Next is purity. We may fall, we may have desires, but end of the day, our essence is purity. And the more we fall in love with purity, more peace and more bliss. And we are more closer to our inner nature. All these 8 qualities are going to help us live joyfully. And these 8 qualities should be nurtured every day, should be nurtured at different times of the day, should be nurtured either by writing, write an essay, write a poem, make a poster, like Sir was telling, make some visuals, do something, work on yourself. Today morning, an HR professional wrote, I work on myself, by myself, for myself. It inspired me a lot. So beautiful. Youngster, just 20, 21. That is the magic of working on yourself. Now, why should I build inner resources urgently? You don't know how many days you're going to live, and you don't know what problems come because we don't build ourselves. Neither outer success comes, no peace. Yesterday night, somebody said, I have severe headache and I'm not getting sleep. I have to take pills. Now, reason may be whatever, family, health, whatever. You think, what is it? Another person told me, Sunny, till 12 I don't get sleep. Think, what is it? Some desire. Somewhere we are stuck. Somewhere we have wrong patterns. There is an urgent need. I would say, just like breathing, food, water, inner resources are very important. Life is a change. You see, there's an urgency here. Friends turn into enemies. Job or business is gone, money is gone, contract is cancelled, that big money which was coming in your bank is gone. You know, when we are born, we're going to die. A flower has a cycle from bud to blossoming to sustaining and then giving fragrance and then gone. If we can accept this, then there's no problem. But we forget it in cases where we have attachment. And what more? Sir loves me very much. Suddenly I change or he changes. You know, it is mind and emotions. So people also change. People's feeling also change. Are we prepared? Let's learn the art of management. Not manage others, manage yourself first. Check your response. Okay, let's blame. Whom do we blame? Parents. Because of parents, I could not study. I did not go to college. Because of parents, I'm poor. Because of parents, I was forced to study BCom. I can blame teachers. My teacher was not good, you know. Friends, yeah. Because of him, I started smoking. Spouse is very easy to blame, you know, because I love her. And close ones can be blamed. Environment, God, free. When nobody is there, blame God. Nature, stars, astrology. But till what age? Whole life is not allowed. Till 18, not allowed. Because you start becoming stronger and you say, it's my life. I'm not young enough. I'm old enough. I know what to do. I'm not a kid anymore. So stop blaming, also, right? Blaming is endless sorrow. Blaming is a joy robber. So don't blame your boss, your organization, your competitors. Just sit back and relax. You will get an insight. You will grow. Make decisions, make wrong decisions, but don't blame others. Lord Krishna said so beautifully, Arjuna, I have told you whatever I had to tell you. Now you decide. Decision is yours. When decision is mine, I don't blame. I take the responsibility. So think, do you want to continue blaming? Even if we can drop two habits, just two habits, blaming and complaining, I can guarantee life is heaven. Very easy and simple. So now we say mind is powerful, mind is friend. When mind with inner resources is super friend, mind without inner resources is deadly enemy. So mind is told a monkey mind. What do I do? Keep the mind where your hands are, and keep your eyes and mind where your hands are. Just focus on one task, take up a task, finish it. That is the best thing. Don't touch your phone in between. I'm making PPT these days. I'm really enjoying. This is a sadhana exercise. And again, this book I have not read, but I liked when I was seeing Monkey Mind. So it is a step by step process. It is a journey. It is not like Jim Boom Bam, you attend one session and then you are charged. No, nothing will happen like that. You will keep falling. Mind will keep going into pleasures. But then you bounce back. It is a process, it is a journey. And everything is happening perfectly. Even getting into pleasures, you come to a saturation point, you rise above. So know that God loves you, God will not leave you. So with training, discipline, perseverance, you'll become so focused and your mind will become powerful. And you'll become so powerful that you will attain any success, just like magnifying glass using sun rays to burn the paper or anything kept below. Right? That is the power of the mind. This is the message of the day. Just celebrate life. Know that yes, we can be powerful. We can be super powerful. It is possible. So why we should do it? For two things: inner success and outer success. When I say inner success, we are all seeking peace and contentment. And we want money, outer success, trophy, and all. So enjoy accomplishments inside and outside. Right? That's so important. And it is possible. The first slide began with believe, just believe you are born to be happy. So if we don't manage our thoughts, they're going to mismanage us. And why I want to scare you is because I wanted to share something very drastic in the last slide. So these are some qualities, some practices that can make life joyful. You can pick up your favorite top three qualities. I would say even one will change your life. But still, when you start practicing one fully, I can guarantee the others will follow because you learn the art of winning your mind. You learn the art of growing your willpower and practicing the higher virtue. because valuables are valuable, but values are invaluable, right? So let's resolve to be joyful, to be grateful. That's so important, right? So beautifully asks three questions. Are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you growing? So even if you start working on your health, mind will follow. I like this word very much. Vibrant quietude. You're quiet also, and you're selflessly serving also. So let's do it. And when I was Googling quietude, I wanted to scare you with this. Now, not to tell anything against this medicine and all, but there are people, because of untrained mind or unhealthy habits, they have to go for all this. So it is an urgency that we choose to apply what we listen, read, hear. Yes, all of us have heard this, but are we really changing or letting go, accepting life? I will accept what suits me. I will accept what is in my favor, my way or highway. All this doesn't work. Then where is serenity? Where is peace? Where is contentment? I leave you with this prayer, with this thought. But more important is the joy inside these words. And it comes only when you taste it. You may take all the medicines from doctor, from the medical shop. Nothing will happen unless you decide to take the medicine, right? Yes, doctor, I have taken all the medicines and it is in my bedroom. It is safe. But we have not taken medicine. So very, very important. Please don't forward any gyan. Just forward gyan to your own mind. Let us digest it. Let us forward gyan to our own self. Check how it is applicable, where it is applicable in my daily life, and then make mistakes, fail to live the virtue, but get back up and keep walking, keep walking, and then all the joy of the world is yours. Thank you so much. I hand over to Sir for his summary and concluding comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunny. Such a wonderful presentation. And I guess the audience must have enjoyed these simple, polite, and at the same time, very powerful messages have been communicated by Sunny Nagpal. Anyone else in the audience would like to give a feedback or, you know, yes, we would appreciate. Sunny, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir, there's Sampath. I mean, it's really nice the way, Sunny have put forth. I mean, I really enjoyed this session. I mean, if we take few of those pointers and we start implementing, I think it's going to be great. Really
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, yeah. Even I think I wish you had come for the previous session as well. It was also very nicely put, very simple concept, and it was nicely presented. And Sunny is getting transformed into a different personality altogether. I think I would say transformation under process, and we can see the total voice, pitch, tone, content, everything is changing, and he is very, rightly putting up his thought process, and very impressive, and I'm very happy about the session. Anyone else wants to say something? ஜெயராம், நீங்க ஏதாவது சொல்லுங்களேன். Hello, Jairam. Okay, so I think.
கேக்குது சார்.
சொல்லுங்க சார் ஜெயராம், ஏதாவது சொல்லுங்களேன். உங்க சார், உங்க குரு.
சார், கிளாஸ் கேட்க ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. நிறைய திங்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம பர்சனல் லைஃப்லயே வந்து இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ற மாதிரி நிறைய திங்ஸ் வந்து சனி சார் வந்து நிறைய சொன்னாரு. சூப்பரா இருந்துச்சு சார். வேற எதுவும்?
சரி, தேங்க்ஸ். எஸ் ஸ்ரீதேவி, சொல்லுங்க.
சார், எப்பவும் போல சார் கலக்கிட்டாங்க. பாசிட்டிவ் எனர்ஜி அவங்க அங்க இருந்து பேசி நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் இங்க வர அளவு இருந்தது. அண்ட் மோரோவர் சாரோட ஹெல்த் பாத்துக்க சொல்லணும்னு தோணுச்சு எனக்கு. இடையில நேத்து செக்ஷனே காஃப் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, கஷ்டமா இருந்தது. அதோட வந்து இவ்வளவு எனர்ஜெட்டிக்கா எஃபெக்டிவா எடுக்கிறது எங்களுக்குலாம் ஒரு என்கரேஜ்மெண்டா இருக்கு. தேங்க்யூ சோ மச்.
ஆக்சுவலா எஸ், மெனி ஆஃப் அஸ் நோ தட் இந்த டாபிக் அவர் கொடுத்ததே வந்து அட்வர்சிட்டினாலே சேலஞ்சு. சேலஞ்சில் இருந்து ரெக்கவர் ஆகும்போது ஸ்டில் he would like to maintain the similar amount of joy. Many people, ஐயோ எனக்கு வந்துருச்சு, என்னால முடியாது அப்படின்னு இருக்கும்போது, I think we are seeing today his breath holding ability has been better than yesterday's. Yeah. By end of this week he will be again roaring back, and with the same enthusiasm. So I once again thank Sunny for agreeing to take up the session in spite of quarantine, in spite of the internal challenges. And I think one day I'm going to have session for people who have recovered from COVID. They should narrate how it all started and what were the challenges they went through, and how many days it took for them to come out. I think that itself would be a very, very motivating session, and I'm keeping the 10 o'clock only reserving for that. So it will soon start. We are going to call it as COVID, Dravids of COVID. That means those who fought COVID, and sailed through, who created their own antibodies. Just now I was talking to Velpari, and I told there are three ways to handle the pandemic. One is to go and hide in a place where virus cannot reach, but virus is more powerful than us. And the second is going for immunization and protect as much as possible. It is never 100% protection. It depends on the dose, the duration, the individual's immune power, the responding abilities of the health condition of the individual, the comorbidities or the problems that are connected with health, that are already existing health problems. So all of them are very, very important to have vaccination working for us. The best way, though sometimes it is the most devastating way, is to get infected and then go through the whole process and develop natural antibodies. Vaccination is a bit, I would say, polished kind of antibodies. It is not. It will not be as powerful as the natural antibodies. So natural antibodies is like our homemade food, and vaccination is like fast food. It will fill your stomach, but it will not be as effective as the natural immunity that comes to us. So I wish to continue, talking about those who have encountered COVID and gone through the process, it is the best thing that had happened to us, at least for this virus. We can say we are immunized, safe for our lifetime for this virus. This does not protect from any other virus, it is only for this one. So once this mindset comes into our life, then we will prepare ourselves to encounter such kind of viruses. It is like a war. Suddenly the neighboring country attacks us. We will have some casualties to begin with. Then we will prepare ourselves and handle the challenge much better. Similarly, the first wave itself was just came and it attacked people. And instead of trying to run away from this whole, I would say, difficult situation, it is better that we prepare ourselves, not on the day of the war. Not after the war has entered into us, we have to build our immune system for a very long time. All those who took care of their health very consciously in the last 10 years, there is a 99% possibility that they will not lose their life because of the virus, maybe because of the treatment that is done for the virus. So that is the power. So like school exam, if a child starts studying only on the day of exam, I think we will know what the outcome will be. Similarly, we cannot prepare our body by drinking all the natural, what you can call it as the natural remedies that are available. You cannot start after the virus has started, encroaching or invading into human beings. We must keep our body ready-made for any fight, any given day. That's how the mindset has to be. So I think Sunny indirectly gave a lot of, the kind of inputs that for us to prepare and not to blame anyone. And blaming others is the easiest thing. So we do easy things first. And the difficult thing is practicing in our life, which is very difficult. That is why we continue to postpone it all the time as long as it possible, unless it becomes there is no choice. So just I will recall the previous session's message. What you think good times will come only from the bad times. If you encounter bad times with confidence, you will live the good times as equally, accepting equally. So there is nothing called good time and bad time. It is something called preparing for the good time and not preparing for the good time. Okay, so preparing itself is the bad time, we call it as. But the good times will come only when you prepare yourself. And considering it as a bad time or not is our choice, but opportunities will come. We make use of it. More opportunities come, and a very positive cycle. You can create only cycles in our life, and that is karma is one of the cycle that is inevitable. If we have ignored our health, then we have to pay for it, and sometimes we may not exist to pay even the penalty for it. So that is the message. So in pandemic, this should help us to prepare our mind and body and our understanding about life so that we are better prepared for a next pandemic, not necessarily for this pandemic, because pandemics are more likely to come because of the environmental degradation and deterioration that is inevitably happened because of the technological invasions. So anything that we are doing towards increasing our comfort level, we are inviting disorders and diseases in our life. Nothing comes without any cost. So it is told that there is no free lunch. For everything that we are doing, there is an effect, and that is the Newton's law. Without a retaliation or response, there cannot be any action. So if we are doing some action, the reaction is inevitable and we can't escape from that. So I thank once again Sunny for giving this session. So I'm very happy and appreciating all those who have found time. I think if we cannot work on ourselves, I think who did say, somebody said, I think Sunny or the previous session was told. Yeah, I think Sunny only said it is working on ourselves, by ourselves, and for ourselves. This is the new mantra and new definition that everybody needs to do. Nobody can do for anything for you. Ultimately, we only have to do. I will just recall yesterday some session they said selfish, we should not be selfish. I have a belief system, we must be selfish. You taking care of yourself, if you take care of oneself, I consider it as selfishness. If everybody takes care of themselves, I think the dependency will go away. Then the interdependency will come. That is what is going to sustain. I think yesterday self-care, Osha Krishnan was talking about it. From dependency, now people are all wanting independence. But ultimately, we all become interdependent. Okay, so the world is going to be more interdependent. That means we will trade our intellectual abilities. If I don't have any ability, I will give my ability to someone and borrow the support from them, which I consider it as interdependent. So in this corona, we will all learn how to live interdependent and sharing whatever we have. People who have money will share it. People who have wealth will share it. People who have food will share it. We have knowledge, we have exposure, we have experience. Let us together share with others so that the collective wisdom is always much powerful than the individual's contribution with their and whatever they have. So that's the message. And if anyone else wants to add on to this, you can say. I think some messages are there. I'll just read out so that it makes better impact. Yeah, I'll just start. Kritika says felt the Buddha in him. Yes, you have to see he is rare. He was Siddhartha, and now he is becoming Buddha. I do agree that there is a transformation I talked about, and Dhyarajan says very useful thoughts. We have to implement this, and just 1 second. There was some more messages out there. I think Shirley had messaged that she's very happy about it. I was just looking for that. Yeah, we'll start implementing what you said. Yeah, able to correlate or relate to his points. Thank you very much. Yeah, see, speakers are very important for sessions, but the audience is even more important because a very interactive audience can be a big source of inspiration. Both for the other audience as well as for the speaker. So we will continue to give the maximum sessions to you with very, very motivating speakers, on regular basis. Please do visit in your free time and get regenerated. I call it as mental sanitizing. So I request all of you to come at least 3 times in a day to get sanitize your mind, because it is very important to live in a very peaceful state of mind than the fear and worries oriented mind, which will deplete our energies, and naturally lot of health problems will come in. The biggest challenge for the humanity at this point of time is not the COVID. It is the effect of COVID, what you can say, the mindsets that happens the life experience that happens during this lockdown is going to bring us down towards some illnesses which could be more psychosomatic in nature. So yesterday, Sweta was telling, after this pandemic, you will see a lot of psychological problems coming in people because they really are struggling now. In the first wave, it was more like a jubilance opportunity to enjoy, so cook, eat, and everything. I think this wave is totally different from the first wave in terms of what our inner thought process are happening, survival, emotional conflicts that are happening, family conflicts. Because once that the jolly mood goes, it is like a holiday. The first 2-3 days of holidays will be so nice, and then the money is no more there, and there are no opportunities. Then you start feeling when the school will start, when the college will start. So similarly, the second wave is a bit challenging, and when the third wave or other waves come in, it is going to create a more challenging psychological process. So I am happy that all those who are attending these sessions on a regular basis will have naturally the least, I would say, effect, the least, I would say, the disturbance because of the whole process. Because we are tuning your mind towards accepting life as it is. The pain is there for everyone. Imagine somebody who is have a bigger pain. So we will address to increase our adversity quotient for some more time. So this whole process of sessions that we are conducting is to increase your adversity quotient to face challenges not only with the pandemic, with the life situations as well. So I once again thank all the audience, and we can take a small break now and go into the next session, that is learning in academics. So
Thank you so much, sir.
yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
yes, yeah, thank you, Sunny. I think Hema Bindu says, I want to talk about COVID first wave symptoms and how it will create it. Yeah, yes, there is 10-minute time is there, Hema. You can please speak out.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sunny, for this speech or the session. Thank you, everyone here.